Soul Simmers, it's ThatSimminWitch here, and we're back with another Makeover Monday, and this time we are doing Moody and McMillan from Henford on Bagley. Now these guys, they're not ones that I would really interact with in my game. I love that they're in there, and I just love their vibe. Being like two elderly gentlemen that are married and in this really wholesome relationship, but at the same time they're also enjoying their best life, living in the country, and maybe a little bit more isolated than they should be. So that's kind of why I'm feeling that I tend to leave them alone. I don't go out of my way to befriend them, simply because of that, because I feel like they're at the point in their lives where they're just getting on with their life. They don't want tons of new friends, especially as I play usually with young adults when I first start a save. So yeah, they definitely don't want to be friends with a young adult. Just before we get too into it today, I'm just going to say I'm not feeling the greatest. So if I don't have a lot of energy, I'm really sorry. I'm just not feeling very well at all today. But let's talk a little bit about their in-game lore. So it says that Derek basically wanted to move the country, and he managed to persuade Moody, Ian Moody, to come with him. And yeah, they just love living in the countryside and looking after their animals and such. So I don't have a lot of my own lore to add to them, simply because I don't interact so much with them. I just kind of just really love their vibe. I just wanted to change their outfits. Their clothes to me didn't necessarily fit exactly how I saw them or how I wanted to see them. So that's really my biggest thing for the makeover, was making sure that they kind of fit my idea of them instead. So first up is Ian. He appears first in the family, so he's the one that I decided to start with. So for him, I kind of see him, he is the more sociable of the two. He does actually have the friend of the world, I think it's called, the aspiration, where they have to go make tons of friends. So he is the one that's really friendly, and I can see him being the one of the two that would go and do all the errands around Henford on Bagley, that he would do those tasks and want to make friends with everyone and help out where he can. I also think that because he's a foodie, he's the one that would tend to any harvestables, to a garden basically, whereas Derek, he has the animal enthusiast trait, so I think he would spend his time looking after animals. But yeah, that's kind of what I see with Ian. With him, I did try a few things. I tried some of the elder skin detail things where it gives you wrinkles and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan, so I ended up not going with them in the end. And yeah, I basically with Ian, I wanted to give him sort of grandpa vibes, but sort of a bit more trendy grandpa vibes. He kind of he likes living in the country, but he's not fully embraced country living completely. So I wanted him to be a little bit sort of grandpa, old man, but also a little bit sort of trendy and cool at the same time. Not super trendy, but trendy for an old man. So yeah, that's basically what I did. So I did put him in a lot of knitwear. Both of these have a lot of knitwear on. And yeah, so he basically he randomly came with his favourite colour being orange, and Derek came with his favourite colour being yellow, so I decided to just leave those as their favourite colours. So I do kind of like try and sort of sway to them. I don't want to make them too like heavily influenced by their colours, but yeah, I do like Ian wears a lot of orange and Derek wears quite a bit of yellow. But yeah, as you can see, in his first outfit, we gave him this little like cardigan shirt combo. I like the cardigan. I quite like the pattern in the knit of it. So that's kind of what I was like attracted to from that. I did change his hair up to this business and hobby hair. And I did that because I just preferred it on him. I liked it, like the way it framed his face. And I did choose the one that had like the two-tone in it. So it looks like he's got more like texture, and like his hair looks like it's got a little bit more sort of, I don't know, light in it, I guess, because it's got the slightly lighter grey bits in it that come from the different colour ends. But yeah, I think he looks cute. I gave him some different glasses and I did give him a tash. I don't know, he just really suited a tash. I wasn't sure if I was going to give him facial hair or not, but I think I tried pretty much every single facial hair on him, and my favourite one was the tash. So for his second everyday outfit, he got this cute little, I think it's from Enchanted by Nature, the light top with a little flower pattern, and just some shorts, and he does in fact get to wear socks and sandals. I just think that although he's trendy, he still has some, or trendy for a granddad, he still has some old man ways in him, and socks and sandals is one of those things that he just cannot resist. So yeah, he he looks so cute. I love him. I I do think he's really sweet. But yeah, I think he's just like happy to ging along. And like those kinds of outfits that he had on, like I feel like they're quite approachable. They're like nice old man, not grumpy, like doesn't want people come near him kind of old man. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I was thinking for Ian anyway. So I'm really sorry if you hear tons of background noise today. The cats have decided to wake up from their nap just as I started recording, and they're basically being crazy. My little Indy is sat here purring away, so you might hear her purring in the background as well. But yeah, I'm really sorry for any excess noise. But let's talk about Henford on Bagley. So Henford is a UK inspired world, and I'm from the UK. I live in the UK still. I live in a city now, but like I grew up in a small town, and the area around my town had lots of tiny little villages that were very similar to like Henford on Bagley. So the vibe really like is very familiar to me and like hits quite hard. So when I was picking clothes for like Ian and Derek, I thought about the people that I would see like in my local town, and I thought about like my great granddad especially was a big inspiration for Derek. When we get to Derek, my great granddad was quite a snappy dresser, so he really inspired Derek. Ian was inspired by my other granddad a little bit, but he was a bit more eccentric than my granddad. But anyway, let's talk about their actual like outfits and stop reminiscing about my grandparents. So we have Ian in his formal wear. Like I didn't want him to be too like snappy, like I didn't want him to be like James Bondish, if that makes sense. I did like try and make him a little bit trendy occasionally, with like elements of his dress, and that's because I think that like Derek, who we'll get onto later, who is more like fashion conscious than Ian, has sort of like helped him out, especially for important things like formal wear. party wear where there is like sort of a standard or a certain vibe that you kind of have to go for. So yeah, he's a little bit clueless on his own. Like, for example, this very first athletic outfit is very orange, and then he has the big shoes that really might remind me of like old people trainers. When they pick out trainers, they always pick out big, like bright white, like clumpy trainers. That's kind of just like things like that made me like sort of round out Ian's character a little bit. Like, yeah, I just think that some of his fashion choices are very like old man, and then other times he looks quite like smart and sort of like a little bit more sophisticated. His second athletic outfit, the top was a football shirt from Lovestruck, or a soccer shirt as some people might say. I really decided to go with that because in the UK, obviously we love football here. It's like one of the biggest sports, and pretty much like every person will have seen a football match or have like definitely watched it on TV. Like when the World Cup comes on, it's a big thing. And a football shirt apparently is attire that you can wear anywhere. So that's why I decided to go for a football shirt for one of his athletic outfits. I considered maybe doing it for a formal one just as a little bit of a joke, but I think that Derek would have definitely kicked Ian into shape if Ian had suggested wearing a football shirt on his formal outfit. But yeah, I just thought that was like a little fun sort of like UKism, if you like, added into the sort of lore and the story for these guys. So for his first sleeper outfit, I did do this like little dressing gown and chuck some leggings on underneath it, so it looks like he's wearing leggings at least. And he's got his like little slippers and stuff. I kind of wanted one of his sleepwear to be sort of similar to this. I kind of envision him like wearing that like when he's first got up, and maybe in the morning he's going out to get like the post from the mailbox, or he's taking in a grocery delivery that has been delivered early in the morning, and yeah, he's not ready for the day yet. So I kind of wanted that vibe for one of his outfits, just sort of like, oh, I'll shove this on and that'll do for this quick errand that I'm sorting out. And then his second one was just a bit more like relaxed, a little bit less like matchy. I felt like that Ian wouldn't specifically wear matching like pajamas. He would kind of mostly think, oh, I'll just wear this, or I'll just wear underwear. So yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking. In his party wear, I absolutely love this jumper that I ended up giving him. I think it's from the Werewolves pack, but I think that like he looked really cute in it, and yeah, I just think that he's adorable. It's nice and like neat, but it's not too like sophisticated. I definitely think this would be one that Derek helped him pick out, rather than like leaving him alone on his own devices to sort himself out, just because it looks like quite put together, and like it's not too smart for a party, but it's just like just right. I think he looks absolutely like gorgeous in it. I think he's really like sweet and like, yeah, just a cute old man. For his second party wear, I did end up going for a full body outfit. I believe it's one from Get Famous, where it's got like sort of like a collarless shirt and quite like high-waisted trousers. The reason I kind of picked that was I feel like that that's an outfit he would have picked himself, because it's not quite as cool as if Derek had helped him, but it is it's cute enough for an old dude. I think he just looks really cute. And yeah, I kind of think if it's his vibe. I think that he found the yellow shirt and he thought it was a bit interesting, where it had the slight yellow pattern, the slight pattern made it a bit more fun and stuff for a party. So yeah, I just really love that. And I'm pretty sure I did the no socks with that outfit, just because I thought yeah, he was trying to be suave and wearing loafers and no socks. But yeah, I think I think he's just really cute. His outfit, I did put for swimwear, I did put one of the Adventure Weights one, where it's a wetsuit top and trousers, and it's a real a lot of clothes to be wear swimming. But I feel he's a little bit self-conscious about his body, so maybe he wears them just to sort of as a little bit of a shield, a little bit of protection against the world, especially if he's swimming somewhere public. His hot weather outfits, the very first one, I just think he looks cute. He has got that shirt is actually a country living shirt. I just really like the pattern on it, and the colour is right. And then I paired it just with some shorts, and did I do sandals? I'm pretty sure I did sandals. Yeah, sandals again. Just without the socks this time, because I think he would think it's too hot for the socks. And then I gave him that sort of straw hat kind of vibe going on. I just think it's really cute. It's a funny old man sort of quirk, having a hat like that to keep the sun off his head. I did give him sunglasses, but yeah, I think that that sort of outside hot weather outfit is just really cute. It's super old man, but sort of fun old man. And then his second one, I did this little polo shirt, and I just paired that with some little pattern shorts, just for a little bit more fun, and a little bit of interest. This is the outfit that I see him pottering around the house in. He does have sandals on again, and yeah, he's just trying to stay cool, tend to his garden, do whatever it is that he does at home. I think I got him to like knitting and cross stitch, so maybe he's doing some of that in the garden, and he just needs to chill out and be cool. And then with his cold weather outfit, so the first one I went for this fleece with a pattern, and yeah, again it's a bit similar to his party wear outfit. He liked the pattern and then bought it, and then it was acceptable by Derek for him to wear that. He didn't fully embrace it, but he's you know what, it's decent enough for you to wear around the house, keeping you warm while it's really, really cold. I kind of I like the sort of fleecy knitted kind of thing. My great granddad used to wear something similar when it was really cold, around the house, and I don't know, it just sort of it felt right when I picked it. And then his outdoor outfit is this cute little yellow coat with the green inside. He's got some trousers and little Timberland style shoes. I just think he looks really sweet. I think he kind of liked the yellow coat kind of vibe. I don't know why. He just feels like someone who would really sort of gel with that vibe. But yeah, I think he looks really adorable. He obviously has a hat for his outdoor stuff to keep his head nice and warm. But yeah, I think he looks so cute. I did toy with adding a scarf to that, and in the end I changed my mind. I didn't actually end up keeping it. I considered it, but I didn't like the way it glitched in the back with the hood. So yeah, we just have him all dressed up. But yeah, so he's having his little fashion show, and I think he definitely gives off the right vibe that I was hoping for. He like has some sophisticated moments, but then he has some real like granddad moments, and I absolutely love it. But I am going to say, if you do want my versions of Ian Moody and Derek McMillan in your game, you can download them from my gallery. They are on my gallery at the moment. They are starred on the front page, so they should be easy to find, or you can go into my actual profile, and if you sort by most recent, they are right at the top. But yeah, I think they're gorgeous. Oh, my gallery ID, sorry, forgot to mention that, is ThatSimminWitch. I do put all the information in the description, so if you're stuck looking for me, that's like where you can look for that. But yeah, now we get to move on to Derek. So Derek, he wants to be a best-selling author. So when I was thinking about Derek, the thing that I was thinking is that his like clothing and his like the way he is needed to sort of like, although he lives in the country and he really wanted to live in the country and he wanted to embrace that, but he also has to have like some dealings with like a publishing house to get his novels published, and so he kind of still has to have like that little element of professionalism or like sophistication in his wardrobe. So yeah, with that in mind, that was the kind of thing that I was thinking with Derek, so that like I feel like he's totally embraced country, but he also has this little like cosmopolitan edge where he hasn't quite let the city go, because he's still like doing his writing and trying to like publish his books and stuff. So that's the real vibe that I went for with Derek as well. I actually didn't change his beard or his hair, and that's because like to me it is perfect. Like that is perfectly how I want Derek to be. So yeah, that's why he didn't get a different hairstyle and haircut. I thought I'd mention that just now before we got too far in and people are like, oh, but you didn't change his hair, and that's because I like it too much. Like his hair and face were just right. I did go on his body and I added a ton of body hair. I felt like he'd be one of those really hairy men, especially with like all his hair on his head and his like big beard. Yeah, I just thought he'd be super hairy, so I added like the thickest body hair from each category onto him. Because of that. His first outfit is this cute little like sweatshirt shirt combo. I like it because it's like country inspired, but also it is sort of like smart-ish. It has like a little bit of a younger vibe than like man style. Yeah, and I kind of like, I really like how it looks with the jeans and with the shoes that I picked. I just think that like he kind of like, yeah, this is him at his finest. I did give him new glasses, these round ones. I gave them to him on like all his outfits that he wears glasses. I just think they're like super, like, I don't know, they just fit. Like when I put them on him, I'm like, I know these are his glasses, and that's fine by me. That's what his glasses are. He doesn't have more than one pair. He just has that one pair that he absolutely like loves, and that are just perfectly his style. So yeah, that's what I went with for him. I did change his hat to one from, I believe it's Eco Lifestyle, for his very first outfit, which yeah is like a little kind of like a beret flat cap kind of combo. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, my great granddad, who inspired Derek, always used to wear a hat outside the house. So Derek wears a hat in pretty much every outfit except for obviously like sleepwear. He doesn't wear a hat, or swimwear. I didn't put one on, but I think other than that, he has a hat on every single outfit. But yeah, we'll correct it if we go along and see that he hasn't, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So for his second outfit, he does have this little like base game t-shirt with the scarf that kind of gives it a little bit more of a detail. Like I wanted him to have something that was like casual for him, like milling around and looking after the animals, but at the same time I wanted him to still look a little bit like he thought about what he was wearing. It wasn't just something that he tucked on. I think that, yeah, I have used quite a few base game bits on him, which is unusual because some of the base game stuff, it's either really, really good or, yeah, really like old fashioned from where it's been so long since The Sims 4 was released. But yeah, and he's got like the little slip-on shoes. I just thought, like, again, that would be his like little bit of trendiness popping in. And yeah, I just think that like he would love to sort of like be milling around the house looking like that. He's really cute. He really, like I said, he really does remind me of my great granddad. So I have a little bit of a soft spot for Derek. So when it came to Derek's formal wear, that's where I wanted to show a little bit more of like his eccentric nature. So instead of sort of going too old man, I did sort of like go a little bit sort of, the first one's pretty tame, but then the second one is a little bit more exciting. So the first one, he does actually have I believe it's a base game suit actually on, but it's kind of like sort of, I don't know, not quite perfect, which I really like for him. He just, yeah, it just like looks right. It's got the little pocket square and the sort of like not a traditional shirt underneath it, and like that's what I kind of liked. And he's got like his loafers, and one of the things that I do with Derek is I give him crazy socks on quite a few of his outfits. I just think that that's like one way that he would inject his individuality into his outfit, along with his like glasses, like his patterned glasses. He would also add in his like little patterned socks every now and then. His second one is a little bit more like fun. It adds his like yellow colour palette into it. With that, I decided to go for, because I envision this for being on days where it's a little bit warmer, instead of going for like a full suit jacket, he's got like a like waistcoat or vest or whatever you want to call it, and a shirt combo. The waistcoat though is patterned, so it's like yellow and check, and yeah, I just think like that really suits him. And then we went for I think he also has yellow trousers on, so he really went with the yellow vibe to sort of like embrace for his second outfit. I think he looks really like sort of cute. Like he does look more fashion forward than you would think an old man did. And with this outfit, because he has the little pink pocket square in on his like waistcoat, I decided that his socks were going to have the purpley pinky colour, like magenta, I guess you would call it. I did want that like reflected in his socks. That was his like crazy socks thing. Yeah, and again, he always has a hat. This time it's like a little trilby, which I think looks absolutely darling on him. He is just the cutest little man. And then when it came to his athletic wear, I know that like he's not the kind of guy that is really into athletics, so I didn't want it to be like, although he's really skinny and like he's skinnier than Ian is, like he does do a little bit to keep himself healthy, but I didn't want him to be like super super fit. But I picked like this little like fleece from Eventual Weights. I kind of think that like one of his things he would do would be like either hiking or going on really long walks, so that's kind of why I was thinking sort of like something fleecy, so he's got something to keep him warm on his like walks where he's like trudging around. And I did indeed give him hats for his athletic wear. He doesn't have them on by EA, but by me he does have hats, because he is a guy who wears hats as much as possible. They're both actually baseball caps, which is a little bit different to what I would kind of imagine to put on him, but in the end it ended up working out well. Then his second outfit, I wanted it a little bit more relaxed. Maybe he's at home doing like, I don't know, some like a workout on the TV, so he's got like a little vest and some sort of like baggy shorts and yeah, his fun socks again. And that's like what like what I was thinking. I did realise I had to go back because I forgot I hadn't changed his hat when I meant to. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I was feeling with Derek and his athletic wear. So when it came to his sleepwear, I wanted him to have one set that was specifically like matching. So that was why I picked the new pajamas from the Royalty and Legacy pack. I just think they're kind of like, obviously they're really sophisticated and like they're kind of like silk pajamas, so that's why I went with like those for him. And then the second outfit that I did, I kind of like made my own pajamas. So he has a shirt that's from, I think it's from the kit that's inspired by Don Lothario, but it's quite casual shirt, and it does look like it could be part of some pajamas. So I decided to like, yeah, do that, make my own. So he has that on with some trousers, I believe. I don't think I put shorts on him. Just sort of like as some sort of like, they're like pajamas, but not quite full pajamas. I just think that like, yeah, he looks cute, and it kind of like hits right with the vibe. But yeah, and then yeah, he's got his slippers on. He had like those little like posh loafery ones for his first outfit, because I thought that really fit with the like silky pajamas. But then I just went for like the more traditional kind of slippers for his second sleepwear outfit. And then when it came to party, I really wanted again to sort of show his personality and sort of express who he is, but also like with in mind that he's one, an old man, and two, he is fashion conscious at the same time. So the first of his party wear, I picked that for when it's colder. In Henford-on-Bagley it is quite cold, like it can be in the UK, pretty cold. But I picked this cute little jacket from Business and Hobbies. I don't know, I really liked it. I liked the polo neck underneath. It felt sort of like that's kind of like city chic kind of vibe to it. Plus then the jacket kind of added that little like sort of country element, because it kind of like looks a little bit bulkier than a normal like suit jacket kind of thing. And I paired that with some cute little pinstripe trousers, and he's got his loafers and his fun socks on, and I don't know, I just really love this outfit. I just think he looks like absolutely adorable in it. It's one of my favourite ones that I put on Derek. And although like my granddad would never have worn that exact outfit, it does very much like make me think of like my great granddad getting all dressed up to go to a party or yeah, an event of some description. But then like his second party wear, again, it was a little bit more, I guess, traditional, or a little bit not quite as eccentric. It's very similar to his second formal wear, where it's a shirt with a waistcoat over it, and yeah, he's just got his like trousers and stuff on. Again, I did want him to sort of be wearing an outfit that kind of looked like it was sort of made for the weather being slightly warmer, and not quite as cold as the first outfit. But yeah, I think he looks absolutely cute. I just think that he's the sweetest little old man. Also with his second party wear, I did have like the kind of like country vibe. He does have like a check shirt on, and his waistcoat and trousers are like plain. But one of the things that I did do is I did put him in a bowler hat for that outfit. And the reason is because it is very like stereotypical that an English person would wear a bowler hat. No one ever does. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in a bowler hat that wasn't in like a play or something. Like I've never seen someone casually walking down the street wearing a bowler hat. But I just thought that like it kind of like it adds to his eccentric like nature, but I think like it also at the same time adds that kind of like sort of UKism that people would expect him to have. So much like the football shirt for Ian, where it's kind of like, oh, we're all a bunch of like football hooligans. This is Derek being his like stereotypical posh British person with his bowler hat, but I think it absolutely just looks adorable on him. He's so cute. But yeah, I absolutely love him. His swimwear I changed real quick. It's just the life and death full body one. Again, I thought that he would rather have a full body suit rather than something like just like swimming trunks or something, just because I think that for him, he like, although he's like fit, I think that he's self-conscious in his own way because he's like quite slim, so that's kind of like his worry, if you like, that he's too skinny. And then his hot weather outfit, his very first one, is one that I specifically chose to be an outdoor one. I did this nice little base game shirt. Like some of the shirts for in base game for men are really like quite nice. Like they have some like nice swatches as well. Like they have some ones that are a bit weird, but they also have some really nice ones. And then I just paired them with these. The shorts are from, believe they're from the Grunge Pack, like kit. But I like them because they kind of like look a bit like corduroy kind of thing. And I think that kind of fits with sort of like country vibe. He has his little like slip-on shoes again, which adds the like little bit of like cosmopolitan like chic element to it. And yeah, his little hat to keep his sun off his face. And I did give him sunglasses as well for that outfit. For his second hot weather outfit, he still does keep a hat on because he has a hat for most outfits. But yeah, I decided to go for something that was a little bit more fun. Since it's kind of like the outfit that I envision him wearing at home, I did go for the play suit from the little event that we had a little while ago. I can't remember what the event was called. But I just thought that like it was fun, and I can just see him like pottering around at home, like looking after his animals, wearing it. Yeah, I think he's cute. With his cold weather outfits, the first one I went for an indoor one. So I picked like this jumper. I just really liked the fact that it was a roll neck jumper, had the hide neck, and then he had his like jeans, and I put it with wellies, so it kind of again sort of fuses the country with the like a little bit more chicness of Derek's like personal fashion style. And then yeah, I really wanted this business and hobbies one for his outdoor one. I found it earlier when I was doing Ian, I believe, and I'm like, that's going to be Derek's outdoor one, because yeah, it just, for me, that screams like Derek. Like, I love the coat and I just think he looks absolutely like gorgeous. But yeah, that's them all done. So as Derek's having his little fashion show, if you could like and subscribe with the video, that really would be amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna say dag dag now. So dag dag, and I hope you all have an awesome day.